Hello friends, my name is Amsu. Today we shall discuss about topic the code of obfuscation. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in security and you want to learn about it. So let's start, friend. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. Friend, whenever we are doing the software development or making software, and we are distributing the software applications with different vendors and different users as well. So the most important thing with respect to software development is that wherever we are distributing the application, it should not be reverse engineered. Reverse engineering means that there should not be any way through which any person can decompile the application and do the reverse engineering. Through reverse engineering, he can get the logic of the application, that what is the logic of the application. If he can do the reverse engineering of the application, so he can use this logic. The logic will be exposed, and he can use this for redevelopment. He can use for any threats, vulnerabilities, etc. So first of all, what we do, that we make sure that the source code should be difficult to understand. It should not be very easy and should not be very simple way through which any person can decompile the source code, decompile the application, and he can reverse engineer. For example, if we just see here, this is a very simple example of a source code here, and here we have just added the add cs this line. So through adding this line, it will confuse the user, it can confuse the person basically who wants to reverse engineer, or he wants to use it for some other persons or for some malicious activity. Remember friend, one thing, that code obfuscation is basically a way through which we can avoid the malicious attacks, fraudulent activities, vulnerabilities, and the misuse of the source code, and we can avoid the reverse engineering. So this is a way basically. Now how we do it actually? First approach is that we do the encryption in the program's source code. So encryption is the very important way through which we can strip out the potentially revealing metadata, replacing class variable names with meaningless labels, and adding unused or meaningless code to an application script. So also we have a tool, obfuscated, will automatically convert straightforward source code into a program that works the same way, but it is very difficult to read and understand, and to reuse it. So this is called as the concept of code obfuscation, in which the best approach or very standard approach is the encryption of the source code. Types of obfuscation. First type is the rename obfuscation. In this obfuscation, basically what we do, that we basically the naming variables, we rename the variables so confusingly, so that the original intent of the using them is intelligently masked. So masking of the naming variables, whatever the variables we are using, we rename those variables, and like numbers, notations, etc. So it will become very difficult for the decompiler to understand the logic and the control flow. So this is called as renaming obfuscation. Here you can understand the main objective of the obfuscation is to avoid the decompiling, avoid the reverse engineering, so that our logic of the application or logic of the source code should not be exposed. Because if the logic of the source code exposed, so anyone can misuse it. Next is the data obfuscation. Data obfuscation means that the data structures used in the code should be targeted, so that the hacker is unable to lay hands on the actual intent of the program. Okay, so whatever the data structures are using, we try to hide them. This may involve altering the way data is stored through the program into memory, and how the stored data is interpreted for displaying the final output. So data obfuscation means that the data structure which we are using in the source code should be hidden, or should be used some alternate way, so that the hacker or attacker cannot understand the logic, cannot misuse it, cannot re-engineer it. Okay. Then another is the control flow obfuscation. Control flow means that, for example, there every application has a flow, like from one screen to another screen, screen 2 to screen 3, screen 3 to screen 4. So basically we obfuscation in this, basically we hide or use a way through which we can hide or just give a difficult time to the hacker to understand the application flow or control flow of the screens, so that basically it will become very difficult to understand by the hacker or the attacker that what is the control or code flow of the application. Okay, he will not be able to understand the application flow or the control flow of the application or the code base, so that it will be very difficult for him to understand the logic and reverse engineering it. So this is another type of the obfuscation, that is control or code flow obfuscation. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with the friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching the video.